Today we'll be going through practice questions 121 to 130 for the CompTIA Server Plus exam. Let's begin. A server administrator wants to ensure a storage array can survive the failure of two drives without the loss of data. Which of the following rate levels should the administrator choose? The correct answer is D, 6. Rate 6 uses double parity, allowing it to survive the failure of any two drives without data loss. This makes it ideal for environments where high fault tolerance is required. Why the other options are incorrect? A. Rate 0. This offers no redundancy. If one drive fails, all data is lost. B. Rate 1. This provides mirroring, but can only survive one drive failure in a mirrored pair. C. Rate 5. This uses single parity, so it can only survive the failure of one drive, not two. Therefore, the correct answer is D, 6. After the installation of an additional network card into a server, the server will not boot into the OS. A technician tests the network card in a different server with a different OS and verifies the card functions correctly. Which of the following should the technician do next to troubleshoot the issue? The correct answer is D. Verify the network card is on the HCL for the OS. The HCL ensures that the hardware is supported by the operating system. Just because the card works in another server with a different OS doesn't mean it's compatible with the OS on the problem server. If it's not supported, it could cause boot issues or system instability. Why the other options are incorrect? A. Remove the original network card and attempt to boot using only the new network card. This doesn't address the root cause. The issue is likely OS compatibility, not a conflict between cards. B. Check that the BIOS is configured to recognize the second network card. Most modern BIOS auto-detect PCIe cards like NICs. BIOS recognition is rarely an issue with basic NICs. C. Ensure the server has enough RAM to run a second network card. NICs require very minimal system memory, so RAM is not a limiting factor here. Therefore, the correct answer is D. Verify the network card is on the HCL for the OS. A server room contains 10 physical servers that are running applications and a cluster of 3 dedicated hypervisors. The hypervisors are new and only have 10% utilization. The Chief Financial Officer has asked that the IT department do what it can to cut back on power consumption and maintenance costs in the data center. Which of the following would address the request with minimal server downtime? The correct answer is B. Convert the physical servers to the hypervisors and retire the 10 servers. This approach is known as the P2V conversion. It allows you to migrate workloads from physical servers to virtual machines on the underutilized hypervisors. This reduces power consumption, cooling needs, and maintenance costs while utilizing the existing virtual infrastructure. Since the hypervisors are only at 10% utilization, they can likely handle the added load with minimal downtime during the conversion process. Why the other options are incorrect? A. Unplug the power cables from the redundant power supplies. This compromises hardware redundancy and availability, which is risky and does not significantly cut power compared to consolidating servers. C. Re-image the physical servers and retire all 10 servers after the migration is complete. This introduces more downtime and unnecessary work. It's also unclear why re-imaging would be required if the goal is consolidation. D. Convert the 10 servers to power-efficient core editions. While using a core edition OS may slightly reduce overhead, it doesn't address the physical power and maintenance costs of running 10 servers. Therefore, the correct answer is B. Convert the physical servers to the hypervisors and retire the 10 servers. A company needs to increase the security controls on its servers. An administrator is implementing MFA on all servers using cost-effective techniques. Which of the following should the administrator use to satisfy the MFA requirement? The correct answer is B. Push notifications. Push notifications sent to a user's mobile device via an authentication app are a cost-effective and widely used form of MFA. They are easy to implement and do not require additional hardware, making them ideal for improving security on a budget. Why the other options are incorrect? A. Biometrics. Biometric systems require specialized hardware and can be expensive to implement across all servers. C. Smart cards. Smart cards require both the cards and card readers, adding hardware and management overhead, which is less cost-effective. D. Physical tokens. Physical tokens are secure but require purchasing and distributing hardware, making them more expensive than push notifications. Therefore, the correct answer is B. Push notifications. An administrator is installing a new file server that has 4 drive bays available. Which of the following RAID types would provide the most storage as well as disk redundancy? The correct answer is C. RAID 5. RAID 5 provides the best balance of storage capacity and redundancy when using 4 drives. It uses striping with parity, allowing for one drive to fail without data loss. With 4 drives, RAID 5 gives you the equivalent of 3 drives worth of usable storage, as one drive's capacity is used for parity. Why the other options are incorrect? A. RAID 0. RAID 0 offers no redundancy. If one drive fails, all data is lost. It provides the most storage but no fault tolerance. B. RAID 1. RAID 1 mirrors data, so with 4 drives, you'll only get 2 drives worth of usable space. It offers redundancy but poor storage efficiency. D. RAID 10. RAID 10 offers better performance and redundancy, but with 4 drives, you only get 2 drives worth of usable storage, like RAID 1. Therefore, the correct answer is C. RAID 5. An administrator notices that a file server is filling up quickly but has many of the same files in different directories. Which of the following storage management techniques would resolve this issue? The correct answer is C. Deduplication. Deduplication is the best solution in this case. It identifies and removes duplicate copies of files or data blocks, storing only one copy and referencing it whenever needed. This significantly reduces storage usage when the same files exist in multiple locations as described. Why the other options are incorrect? A. Provisioning. Provisioning is about allocating storage space, either statically or dynamically, but it does not reduce duplicate data. B. Encryption. Encryption secures data but does not affect storage capacity or eliminate duplicate files. D. Partitioning. Partitioning divides a drive into sections for organization, but it does not reduce the amount of data stored or address duplication. Therefore, the correct answer is C. Deduplication. Hosting data in different regional locations but not moving it for long periods of time describes. The correct answer is B. Data at rest. Data at rest refers to stored data that is not actively moving across networks, such as data on hard drives, in databases, or archived in regional locations. Hosting data in different regional locations without moving it for long periods clearly matches this definition. Why the other options are incorrect? A. Cold site. A cold site is a disaster recovery location that has infrastructure but no live data or systems actively running. C. On-site retention. This refers to keeping data at the same physical location where it was created or used, not in different regional locations. D. Off-site storage. Off-site storage involves backing up and storing data at a different location, but it emphasizes backup and recovery, not the data's active or non-active state. Therefore, the correct answer is B. Data at rest. A backup application is copying only changed files each time it runs. During a restore, however, only a single file is used. Which of the following backup methods does this describe? The correct answer is D. Full differential. A full differential backup method starts with a full backup, and each subsequent backup copies all changes since the last full backup. During a restore, you only need two backups, the full backup and the latest differential backup, which contains all the changed files up to that point, a single file in this context. Why the other options are incorrect? A. Open file. This refers to backing up files that are in use, not a backup method or restore behavior. B. Synthetic full. A synthetic full backup creates a new full backup by combining previous backups, but restoring from it typically involves more than just one changed file. C. Full incremental. Incremental backups only copy changes since the last backup. To restore, you need the full backup and all subsequent incremental backups, not just one file. Therefore, the correct answer is D. Full differential. An administrator is troubleshooting a RAID issue in a failed server. The server reported a drive failure and then it crashed and would no longer turn on. There are two arrays on the failed server, a 2-drive RAID 0 set for the OS and an 8-drive RAID 10 set for data. Which of the following failure scenarios most likely occurred? The correct answer is A. A drive failed in the OS array. RAID 0 offers no redundancy, so if one drive fails, the entire array becomes unusable. Since the OS is on the RAID 0 array, the server would crash and fail to boot when that drive fails, which matches the scenario described. Why the other options are incorrect? B. A drive failed and then recovered in the data array. This would not explain why the server won't turn on. Also, drive recovery without intervention is rare. C. A drive failed in both of the arrays. This is possible but less likely and more complex than necessary to explain the symptoms. The crash is fully explained by the loss of a single RAID 0 drive. D. A drive failed in the data array. RAID 10 can tolerate at least one drive failure, sometimes more depending on which drives fail. This wouldn't typically cause a system crash or boot failure. Therefore, the correct answer is A. A drive failed in the OS array. A server administrator is setting up a new payroll application. Compliance regulations require that all financial systems logs be stored in a central location. Which of the following should the administrator configure to ensure this requirement is met? The correct answer is C. Shipping. Log shipping refers to the process of sending logs from individual systems to a centralized logging server. This setup ensures that compliance regulations requiring centralized log storage are met. Why the other options are incorrect? A. Alerting. Alerting notifies administrators of specific events but does not centralize logs. B. Retention. Retention policies define how long logs are kept, not where they are stored. D. Rotation. Log rotation manages the size and number of log files by archiving or deleting old ones, but it doesn't send them to a central location. Therefore, the correct answer is C. Shipping. We have come to the end of today's video. If you liked the video, please make sure to like and subscribe. Goodbye.